What if the entire human civilization suddenly disappeared, and you had to rebuild everything from scratch? That's exactly the world of Dr. Stone. But even if you've watched the anime, there are many hidden secrets and insane details most fans never notice. From real science used in the story, to hidden character details, and even the shocking mystery behind the petrification. So today we're going to explore 21 biggest secrets you probably didn't know about Dr. Stone. And trust me, some of these facts are absolutely mind-blowing. Secret 1. Humanity was petrified for 3,700 years. In the beginning of Dr. Stone, a mysterious green flash suddenly turned every human on Earth to stone. Human civilization stayed frozen like that for 3,700 years before Senku finally revived. That means when Senku wakes up, he is literally living thousands of years after modern civilization collapsed. Secret 2. Senku stayed conscious the entire time. While almost everyone else was unconscious inside Stone, Senku kept his mind active for 3,700 years. He survived mentally by counting every second until the moment he revived. That's why he knew exactly how much time had passed. Secret 3. The revival fluid was discovered accidentally. The revival formula that brings people back to life was discovered using nitric acid. Senku noticed that birds were revived near bat caves, which led him to discover the chemical reaction needed for revival. This was the first major scientific breakthrough in the Stone world. Secret 4. Senku's goal was always space. Even before the petrification event, Senku's dream was to go to space. He even built a small rocket prototype as a child while experimenting with science. His ultimate goal in the story is not just rebuilding civilization, but eventually reaching the moon. Secret 6. The Kingdom of Science flag has meaning. The flag of the Kingdom of Science has a chemical symbol of sulfur. Sulfur is important because it's used in many chemical reactions, including medicines and explosives, so the flag represents the power of science. Secret 7. Senku recreated antibiotics. One of the most impressive scientific achievements in the anime is when Senku creates a sulfa drug to cure Ruri's illness. Sulfa drugs were actually one of the first antibiotics used in real history, which means the anime used real medical science. Secret 8. Ishigami Village has a huge connection to Senku. At first, Ishigami Village looks like a random group of survivors, but later we learn something shocking. The entire village is actually descended from Senku's father and the astronauts who survived the petrification in space. Secret 9. Senku's catchphrase has meaning. Senku often says 10 billion%. This phrase shows his absolute confidence in scientific logic and calculations. For Senku, science isn't guesswork, it's certainty. Secret 10. The creators studied science. The manga artist Boichi actually studied physics. That's one reason the machines and inventions in the story are drawn with incredible detail and realism. Secret 11. The author did real experiments. The author Riichiro Inagaki even wrote a real hot air balloon to research a scene in the story. He wanted to understand what flying in one actually feels like. Secret 12. Senku isn't based on a scientist. Interestingly, Senku's personality wasn't inspired by a scientist. Instead, he was inspired by a character named Agon Kongo from another manga by the same author. But Senku was redesigned to be a more positive and cooperative genius. Secret 12. Senku actually dies once early in the story. When Tsukasa realizes Senku won't stop rebuilding civilization, he kills him with a spear. But Senku survives because a part of his body was still petrified, and the revival fluid healed him. Secret 14. The Stone World is a scientific timeline. The entire story is basically humanity repeating the history of science. Stone Age, Iron Age, Industrial Age, Electric Age, all recreated step by step. Secret 15. The phone was one of Senku's hardest inventions. Building the cell phone required glass, tungsten, vacuum tubes, and electricity, which means dozens of inventions had to be created first. Secret 16. Chrome is the true scientist of the Stone World. Unlike Senku, Chrome didn't learn science from books. He discovered things through pure curiosity and experimentation, which makes him the first true scientist of the Stone World. Secret 17. Tsukasa represents the opposite ideology. Senku wants to rebuild modern civilization, but Tsukasa believes the old world was corrupt and should never return. This ideological conflict becomes the first major war in the story. Secret 18. The story becomes a global adventure. adventure. After rebuilding technology, the Kingdom of Science starts exploring the world. They travel across oceans using a ship called Perseus. Secret 19. The ultimate enemy is Y-Man. Eventually, Senku discovers a mysterious signal coming from the moon. The sender is an unknown entity called Y-Man, and this mystery becomes the biggest question in the entire story. Secret 20. The ultimate goal is the moon. At the end of the story, Senku's ultimate plan is revealed. He wants to build a rocket and travel to the moon to confront the source of the petrification, which brings the story full circle. Secret 21. The true theme of Dr. Stone. The real message of Dr. Stone isn't just survival. It's about something bigger. Every invention, every discovery, every technology we use today was built by thousands of years of human knowledge, and Senku is simply continuing that chain. So the next time you watch Dr. Stone, remember this. It's not just an anime about science. It's a story about human civilization itself, because in the end, the strongest weapon in the world isn't strength, it's knowledge.